Hey, everybody, I'm BJ Flag.
And I'm Rich G, and this is episode 329, Motivating Your Team for Success. Who can turn the world on with her smile?
Who can take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile?
Well, it's you, girl, and you should know it.
With every glance and every little movement, you show it.
Love is all around, no need to waste it.
You can have the town, why don't you take it?
You're gonna make it after all.
Yay! That was
Yay! That
that.
was if you're a little older, that's from the Mary Tyler Moore show.
Exactly. Talk about motivating, Rich. This,
Yeah, we usually don't start the podcast singing, but we thought that's such a great song. She's coming into Minneapolis, she's starting a new job, and she's so motivated. We thought we'd
oh,
start
yeah.
with the song, but motivating your team is essential for success in the ever evolving landscape of 2024.
Yeah, and we're going to dive right in and share a number of different tips just to kind of get you into that 2024 psyche. And we're excited. So, the number one, the first thing is delegate. Empower through ownership and accountability. Yep, we need to have everybody delegate and celebrate. That's a big thing that we do at our company for sure. Make your team members stakeholders. Why do I say that? Because even if you take a nugget of their idea and have them included, they feel the ownership. Do it.
Yes.
It's best, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So many of my clients don't delegate.
Yeah.
And I go, you need to delegate because they're then accountable. They own it. And there's that importance that feels, and that motivates people.
Oh, for sure. And, pair up the team members. You might have older with younger, mentor with mentee, just mix it up because that gives them energy. Absolutely gives them energy. Why should you do it? Because empowerment is magical for morale and it's contagious.
Yeah.
Contagions can go two ways, bad and good. We want them to go good.
Yeah, when your people, most of the time, your people are doing the same old stuff,
Yeah.
basic things. And when you empower them, when you give them ownership, like, I want you to own this area or this project or this initiative, there's importance, and that shows that I trust you to handle this.
Yeah.
And that's where your people grow. So our second topic is train. Continuous learning and skill development. This is so important. And I say this to a lot of my business clients. You need to invest in your people because they're investing in you. They're giving you their time. You need to invest in them also. Have them learn new skills, attend workshops, or even certifications so they can grow. Pay for a class for them to go to. That this keeps your team updated with the latest industry trends.
Yeah, you can't beat it. The why of it all shows it shows that you value their growth and their career progression. That is the sticky glue that keeps everybody together. It is so excellent.
Yeah, so many people, I mean, and I really meant it. You're investing in your people. And, instead of like giving them a promotion or money, which is good, but when
Yeah,
you invest in growing them in knowledge, like, I want you, a lot of corporate clients go, I want to give you a coach. And they hire me to coach their people. And they go, I want to reward you with a high performance coach. I
yeah,
want to reward you with training. We're going to send you out to Wharton and have you learn about leadership and stuff.
yeah. You can't beat that. You
Yeah.
really cannot beat that. Number three is RRR. You talk about this all the time. Recognize and reward regularly. Attaboys are great, but they're vague. Hey, you're passing in the hall. Hey, great job. No, Don't do that anymore. Be specific. Look at them in the eye and acknowledge what they have done on a project. And you know what? It's going to take a little homework for you because you need to kind of have a couple to go, ready to go. So when you walk the hall or you are on a Zoom or you're doing something, you're ready to say that little thing. Am I right, Rich? Like when you're in a meeting.
Absolutely. In meetings, mention people by name, pivot or success, something that they've progressed on.
Right.
Because when you point to high performers, everybody wants to be like them. What you're
And
doing is like a vacuum. You're attracting the average performers and the bad performers to go, look, Mary's doing a great job or Steve's doing a great job. Be more like them. And when
yeah,
you acknowledge people and recognize them and also reward them, uh, they're going to stand out. They're going to feel good about themselves.
yeah. And I think a lot of managers are concerned about what does reward look like. It could be a quick note. It could be a coffee, you know, it could be a bonus for sure on a larger project, something happens, but don't expect it. Like the employee shouldn't expect it. It should be an unexpected gift. All
Yeah,
would get noticed. All
yeah.
would get
I remember when I was in corporate, I was working one day, it was in the summer, and my boss's boss came in and it was first thing in the morning. He comes in, he goes, Rich, what are you doing today? Oh, I'm working on this. He goes, can you do that tomorrow? And I went, yeah, sure. He goes, we're going to the tennis open. We're going to the open. And he goes, I've got a bunch of tickets. And I was like, okay. And he grabbed like two or three other people. We all hopped in his car, drove down to New York and went
so
to the,
fun.
and the only thing that sucked was I was sitting in a suit the whole time. It was in the hot sun. But other than that, it was
Everyone loved
great. We had a ball. It was, but see, it's like that instantaneous thing that you could do. Actions. Why do you do it? Because actions are remembered.
Oh, yeah. You remember the time that your, grandma made, apple pancakes for you. You remember like actions. That's the same thing that can happen in your business. Actions are so fantastic.
So number four is fun. Make work positive and inclusive. Because
Yes.
when you do that, it promotes positivity and inclusivity. Encourage open communication and collaboration. Have fun. Ensure that everyone feels respected and part of the team.
Yeah. I always, whenever I think about this, I go back to the Office episode where they had a party committee and
Yes.
and they took it so seriously, and people would bring in the most bizarre food and things like that, but you know what, it was a great team builder. Kudos to everybody who worked on that show. That showed how being together as a team could really do such a great job.
When I worked at this one company, we used to like celebrate birthdays. We would celebrate when I turned 40. They had a big party for me. I didn't even know they knew I was turning 40.
You
They had a
turned
big
40.
party. We would have showers for women that were having babies. It was just great. I mean, anytime they'd have a party, when we were doing a big launch, they would make sure at least once or twice a week to have everybody come down at 5 o'clock, and they'd have beer and snacks and stuff just because we were working late to get things going. So it was nice. They'd fuel us with liquor. So
Yeah. Not so much anymore.
so the
Not so
big
much.
why is a positive work culture enhances motivation and your team spirit.
Yeah. And number 5 is open up. Share your vision and your goals. There's a lot of talk these days about introverts versus extroverts. As a manager, you're always aware of your team and which way they may be. And what you're forgetting is you're not looking at yourself. And you might be an introvert. And it makes it darn hard for you to continually to use up that social capital every time you see his team member. So there are ways to do it in microbursts. And I guess that's what I'm really trying to promote here is that be that manager that when you see someone be able to share moments, somebody like a Steve Jobs, he was a man of few words, but people remember each of those words. And you can imagine he probably was an introvert. That was just probably his thing. But as we talked in previous weeks during our year-long wrap-up, having a clear vision and a goal list helps you talk to people on your team. So if they say something like, I'd like to see you, have them in. Absolutely a great
Yes.
time to connect what they want to talk about to what your vision and goal is, right, Rich? That interconnection.
Absolutely. And everybody goes like, well, why should I share my vision and goals? Well, it goes back to number one, the more people who own your vision and goals, the easier it's going to be for the entire team, A, to understand it and to buy in. I always say, when you're the boss of a team, you're like an evangelist. You're selling a religion to
Yeah.
your people, and you need to get them to buy into that religion. And opening up and sharing your vision and goals and going, this is where I see this company going. This is what I'd like to accomplish in 2024. This is what we should accomplish in 2024. That's where the power comes in.
Oh yeah, and it's, you're part of this team and you're going to be able to get this to happen. So it's so powerful.
Well, our last topic is number 6, be flexible, hybrid and work-life balance. And I know this is something that's really been dumped on a lot of businesses because of the pandemic and stuff, but it's a new world. It's 2024. You need to offer flexible working arrangements. Years ago, the only time I got to work at home is when I had 2 feet of snow on my road and I couldn't get to work. That's the only time. Nowadays, if you could trust people and you could track people, offer flexible working arrangements. Give them remote work options, maybe on a Friday they can work from home or flexible hours. I used to come in early. I used to come in at 6:30 in the morning and leave at 5. And at first, my boss said, well, it really doesn't look good you leaving at 5. I go, I'm coming in at 6:30. Everybody else comes in at 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'm getting
Yeah,
2.5 hours of work done before
yeah,
everybody else. I
yeah,
wanted to miss the traffic. So,
exactly. And I think the best thing about you doing that was that you had that alone time.
mhm,
You had focus time to get it done. So him
absolutely.
being flexible after a little encouragement paid off.
Absolutely. And
That was,
also understand their personal needs. Some people have needs. They have kids, they might have a sick spouse, they might have parents that aren't doing well. I always call it having a virtual bank account. Maybe we could do a whole talk on this, but the
yeah,
whole idea is like building up their savings account.
yeah,
And, if somebody, yeah, go ahead. If you need to take the day off, go for it. You need to take 2 days off, that's fine. I totally understand. They're going to be more loyal to you if you do that sort of thing. So
oh,
why do you do it? Showing empathy increases loyalty and also reduces burnout with your people.
yeah. It is hard. People don't want to ask. But if you get wind that their dad's not doing well, pull them in and
Yeah,
just say, listen, I heard your dad's not doing well. We
absolutely.
got to
So
make plans. We got to
let's
make
sum it up. Let's sum up these 6 months. BJ, you go first.
If you incorporate one or more of these strategies into your leadership approach,
It could significantly enhance your motivation and drive your team towards success in 2024.
each method addresses different aspects of your work life.
Which ensures a holistic approach to team motivation and success. And again, as we say every time, you don't need to do all 6. Just
Oh,
try one and then try another one. We don't want to dump everything on you, but if you try one and you see it works, try another.
try another. But thank you everyone for tuning into the Best Small Business Show. If this episode has been valuable to you, subscribe and share it with other budding entrepreneurs who might benefit.
Yes, and the big thing is share it. Share it. Tell other people about it. Because if more people listen, It helps us come up with better topics. And that's it for this week. You can reach out to me at richg.com and find BJ at newrenew.com.
Thanks to our editor and producer, Richard Scalzo, and have an unbelievable week. Catch you later.